Hey guys, what's up? My name's Commando, and welcome to my WWE Payback 2016 predictions. We're going to talk about some stuffs here about the old WWE. Got some complaints and issues with what's been happening in the last few weeks, but we'll get to it. First off, we have the first match, which is on the pre-show. Kalisto versus Ryback for the United States Championship. Pretty much no build, and I'm not joking, pretty much no build to this. The only thing they did was a week ago on SmackDown, or that would be 2 weeks to WWE, where Ryback beat Kalisto, and now he's got a title shot, and that's it. No build whatsoever to this match. Kalisto, you've barely even seen him. Ryback wasn't even on the bloody any of the shows this week. Superstars, main event, none of them. And Kalisto's been superstars most of the time since WrestleMania. No build. Doing nothing with the US title. This title should be on bloody the Zayn and Owens feud, since they're doing nothing with it. Could be better in there, or Dean Ambrose and Jericho. But no, let's just do nothing with it. Like, Kalisto's a great wrestler. Like, heard he's one of the best from his indie days, but you wouldn't be able to know that from his stuff in WWE, because they don't use him well. So I don't really know what they're going to do. I'll probably just go Kalisto to win. I don't think Ryback will win it. He said some stuff after WrestleMania in some interviews where he wasn't happy with his match at WrestleMania. I mean, understandably, he wrestled in front of an arena that was what, maybe 10%, 20% filled. It was fucking embarrassing. I felt really bad for Kalisto and Ryback. I don't know why they put them out there. It was so stupid. But yeah, Kalisto will likely win it. Yeah, might be a good match again, but pathetic booking for that. Next, we have Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, when AJ Styles won the Fatal 4 match to become the number one contender, I was really shocked because I got to actually watch Raw that day and not know anything about it. So I got to watch the entire show without knowing a single thing that happened, which was good because I had the day off. And I loved it. I loved it when Cesaro came out. Like, I went nuts when he was the surprise opponent in that Fatal 4. That was really cool. That was such an awesome moment. And AJ Styles winning was a huge surprise. I thought it was Jericho. I thought he was going to win it, but Styles won. And that was great. But since then, it's not much happening, really. I mean, it's been okay, but I don't know, it's a bit weird. And you've got the Bullet Club or whatever, or whatever they're calling themselves, if debuted Anderson and Gallows. They've sort of been interfering, and like AJ Styles doesn't want them to interfere, so maybe some people think that they're going to turn on AJ, or maybe AJ will be like, screw it, and he joins with them and lets them beat up Roman Reigns. But it seems like more people are interested about Finn Balor debuting with these guys than the match itself, or the show itself, really. They seem to be more interested in Finn debuting, because he lost the NXT title at a house show, which makes not a lot of sense to me, really. I mean, yes, it trended and people were going nuts about it, but I thought initially it was maybe Finn got injured, so like, okay, let's give the title to Samoa Joe. But then he wrestled the next two nights, so it was planned, which a little bit weird. Should have just happened at Takeover Dallas. But so a lot of people think Finn's going to debut and what have you. People are sort of jizzing over that. If it happens, okay. But going by the recent debuts of like a Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, Anderson and Gallows, there's not really much to look forward to, really, in my opinion. I mean, Anderson and Gallows' debut match and their match on main event this week, especially the main event match, was pathetic. Just terrible. Just typical WWE boring format of match with very little action and too much rest holds and nothing happening. Just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. These guys are supposed to be, this big deal, and there's no wonder like casuals and what have you don't see the hype for these guys. because they don't use them right. They're not allowed to be used right. They're not allowed to wrestle to their fullest abilities. It's just annoying. Like if the show could be so much better, but yeah, they just put on these boring ass matches. It's so annoying. But let's move on. We have Roman Reigns, AJ Styles. I'm going to go with Roman to win. I don't see him losing. I think there will be interference from people. I suspect maybe Reigns and the Usos will face AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson maybe in the next pay-per-view or something. Maybe. Unless Finn, debuts and kills AJ or something. I don't know. I'll go with Roman Reigns to win. Next, we have The Miz versus Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. But this has been okay. It's been alright. Like I said about Cesaro, I loved it when he returned. I love the whole suit thing, the suit ripping offing thing. Yeah, that's a word. And the promos with each other has been alright. Miz doing this new thing where he does he takes a few takes at saying things, and this more movie star type of thing. I think it's cool. I think it's different, and Maurice is back as well. I thought we were going to see Zack Ryder here. I thought maybe Zack would have maybe won the title back here, but no, he's back to Superstars and Main Event. Logic at its finest by WWE. But I don't know if I see Cesaro winning here. I would be cool if he won, but I don't know. I think Miz might keep the title for a while. He's good as a heel. He really is good at promos and stuff. He's just really, really good at it. So I think Miz is gonna win it, but I would not be opposed to Cesaro winning. I really like Cesaro. But yeah, like I said, the promo's not been okay for this match. It's been alright. Moving on, we have Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. Like I said, this or the Zayn Owens should be for the US title, since nothing's happening with it. But logic at its finest. And the build to this again has been alright. Ambrose has taken over the highlight reel or whatever with his new show, the Ambrose Asylum. But speaking of that, I want to talk about the Raw that happened in the UK. I think it was last week or the week before, I don't know. But it was so boring. Just the matches were crap. The entire every single match had way too much rest holds, and it only sort of got good in the last few minutes with Dean and Kevin Owens or something. But by that point, after 3 hours of bullshit, you just don't care anymore. It was such a boring Raw. It's just pathetic. The matches that they're forced to put on by these the agents or producers or whatever, they're so restricted. It's just pathetic. Rest holds they can work, but not when it lasts 90% of the match. It's just so annoying because they're capable of much better. And I think I see this more because I watch Lucha Underground, and it's by far the best wrestling show available right now. NXT is even becoming pretty shit, to be honest. I thought the last couple of weeks maybe been a little better, but Lucha Underground by far is the best show available. If you're not watching it, get on it, watch it, love it. It's awesome. They had a 12-man, 4-team elimination tag match this week. And I was wondering, I thought, I don't know if this is going to work. That's a lot of people in one match. But it worked, and it was awesome. It was really good. They also had a steel cage match with Johnny Mundo, aka John Morrison, versus Cage. And it was awesome as well. It was really, really good. I thought this steel cage looked so professional. It looked really cool. Like you see a TNA. I don't know if they still have it now, but I thought for a while they had such a horrible. It just looked stupid. With the door, and then they'd have this weird lip bit where if they fell there or something, it'd be really sore. They land on the cage. It was like a little step of cage. The cage stuff. It looks stupid. But I just thought it looked really, really good. Lucha Underground's cage. Thought it was good. But yeah, if you don't watch it, get on it because it's really, really good. But yeah, the Raw in the UK was just so boring. And another thing, I took notes here for some couple of things I want to talk about. was it was this week's Raw where AJ came up to Roman. I think it was just before the main event and says, "I'm taking your title," and then Roman said, "You must have already bought tickets for Gallows and Anderson." I was like, what the fuck? That's your response to that? It just seemed like such a stupid little segment. It just didn't make sense at all. I thought it was just pathetic, really. Yeah. Anyways, Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho. It's been okay. Like Dean Ambrose on that Raw UK, he seemed very forced. There was times he was funny, then other times it just seemed so forced. This week he was alright, but I just too stuff being too scripted is a problem. But yeah, Dean and Jericho have been alright. The stuff they've been saying to each other has been okay. It's been good. Jericho put him in the walls of Jericho on the table. Ambrose had a little promo on the Ambrose Asylum this week on SmackDown, which was pretty good. But yeah, I think it's alright. I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho won. Seems like they're sort of building him up as a heel. I don't know. But I'm going to go Dean Ambrose since he has lost for a while. But Dean Ambrose always loses and still keeps going. But yeah, I'll go with Ambrose. But something else I want to talk about was there's a thing just came out about Vince felt that Brock Lesnar was wasted at WrestleMania in his match with Dean Ambrose, and he really wants to do Brock Lesnar versus The Rock next year at WrestleMania. Part-time fest again. I just build the people you have instead of relying on these old guys. You know, Brock and his what, 6 million a year or some shit. I don't know what it is, but it's something stupid. It's not worth that. You know, it's not worth that for these few appearances. Build these bloody people up. You know, you have the time, you have the talent, but you don't do it right. I don't get it. Anyways, moving on. We have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Again, build's been okay to this. The final build though, clothesline to the back of Sami Zayn, and then Kevin Owens standing there. Kind of shitty, to be honest. But speaking of that, it was kind of funny when Sami Zayn gave Lana and Rusev the middle finger. Because I was watching that and I rewound it a couple of times because I was like, did he really just give her the middle finger? And he did. After Lana again takes off her shoes and starts throwing them. Sami Zayn, he just goes nuts and gives her the middle finger and all that. But yeah, the final build, I just thought that was kind of shit, to be honest. But this, I think Kevin Owens is going to win it. I think he'll destroy Sami Zayn. They'll probably have a few matches over the next few pay-per-views. But yeah, I think Kevin Owens is going to win this one, probably by some sort of cheating. But I really like Kevin Owens in his matches. He's so good at like trash talking, and he just takes advantage of his time out there and uses it so well. He's so funny. He's really, really funny. Like on Main Event the last 2 weeks, he's had some funny interactions with Rich Brennan, who actually just got released this week, which is quite shocking, I thought anyway. He's does some funny stuff. He's really good. He's a really, really good heel. Probably the best heel right now in WWE. Really, really good. Next, we have Charlotte versus Ric Flair, but Charlotte versus Natalya, and Ric Flair and Bret Hart will be there for the Women's Championship. And again, the build has been okay to this. It's been alright, I guess. I don't know. But on SmackDown, it didn't air, but Ric Flair, they cut it out, told Natalya to kill herself. And he's still, employed. Hogan says some racist stuff. Boom. Fired, not mentioned or removed from the Hall of Fame or some shit. Ric Flair tells someone to go commit suicide. Still there. Okay. But Charlotte versus Natalya, likely be an alright match. And Bret Hart's he's even had some stuff this week where he says he has no interest in being at Payback, but he's just going to be there for Natalya. Because he's had like surgeries and what have you. And he also says that Triple H is nothing. What was it, like nothing? Not I can't remember. Something about not being a genius. He said that NXT Takeover was the wrestling show, and WrestleMania was. He pretty much said WrestleMania was a pile of shit. And he was blaming Triple H for it, really, which kind of makes no sense because Triple H is in control of NXT. So I don't know. I don't know what Brett is smoking, but maybe he needs to get off of it. But I go with Charlotte to win. I don't think Natalia's going to win. I still feel Charlotte should have lost the title a long time ago, but for a division with one title, it makes no sense for her to still be champion, but okay. So yeah, Charlotte will probably win. Maybe Ric Flair and Bret Hart will, try and kill each other or something. Who knows? Moving on, we have Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillains for the number one contendership for the WWE Tag Team titles. And there was a whole tournament thing for this, which I thought was pretty cool. It was all right. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't think Enzo and that will win this one. I think the Dudleys will maybe interfere and cost them the match. Maybe the Vaudevillains will go on to face the New Day. I don't think Vaudevillains will beat the New Day. I think eventually down the line we'll see Enzo and Cass versus the New Day. But again, talking about that whole Raw UK thing, Enzo and Cass seem very... It's so obvious that they're being scripted by someone else, like their promos. It's obvious it's not coming from them. Some of the stuff they're saying, it just sounds so forced, and it's like it's totally not coming from them, The Vaudevillains, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. They were all right in NXT, and I don't really know what to say really. I thought Aiden English's singing gimmick was really good at NXT, like 2-3 years ago or whatever. I remember that whole feud thing he had with Big Cass. I thought that was really good, where they had a sing off and they did funny things together. But that was back when NXT, actually had storylines and feuds and actually did some good stuff, unlike now. Unfortunately. Although that might change, in this next, after some recent NXT tapings, it might things might be changing. I don't know. But I'll go with the Vaudevillains to win this one. But I don't know. I'm just pissed off with the whole people being so restricted thing. It's just annoying and it's hard to watch. But anyways, moving on. The last match, Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin will win. I think we all know this. Build to it's been okay, I guess. I think I've said that like for almost every match. Baron Corbin's pretty much beat up Ziggler a few times at the end of days. Ziggler attacked him one week. I think it was maybe this week. I don't know. But yeah, Baron Corbin will win this one. Not much more to really say about it. He beat Damien Sandow this week on SmackDown. Still don't understand why Sandow never got pushed. He was over so much, but spoke about it before. I'm not speaking about it again. Waste of time. But yeah, that's about it for Payback. I'm sure there'll be some good matches in there, but the build could be so much better. And like I say, I'm pissed off at this being too restricted and being too scripted. Fed up with the matches with too much rest holds, and fed up with like a SmackDown and that Raw UK with the edited in crowd noises. Like that totally ruins SmackDown for me. SmackDown's hard to watch because of those fake crowd noises. Like you're watching and it's like it's just insulting your intelligence. It's pathetic. You listen, like the Raw UK was the best example. They added in crowd noises which made no fucking sense. Like the Raw, that crowd was clearly a more adult male crowd, and you could hear it at times when they actually left their noises in. And then all of a sudden, it's like a high-pitched, like female kind of audience cheer that's piped in. It was came in when they did like the match card things, when it's like this guy versus this guy, and it's like you're just insulting the viewers' intelligence. It's pathetic. I don't know how they get away with it. It's been happening on SmackDown that for fucking over a decade. Like you go back and see the old SmackDowns and like this was happening even back then. It's pathetic, absolutely pathetic. But yeah, that's one of the things I hate most about SmackDown and WWE in general is the fake crowd noise. It just ruins the show for me. It really does. I find it hard to watch. Even Mauro Ranallo is a great commentator, but that's one of the good things about SmackDown. I hate the crowd noise that's been edited in. It's just insulting the viewers' intelligence, and I don't know how they get away with that shit. I really don't. Um, but yeah, that's about it for the payback predictions. As always, I speak way too long about this, 20 minutes. Um, but you can tell me your predictions down below. Um, it was. Oh yeah, I mean, speaking of payback, just seeing like the picture for it's the picture like the Wyatt family while Bray got injured, so they were supposed to sort of face the League of Nations, but then that Bray got injured, Luke Harper got injured as well, and then League of Nations broke up. Like Del Rio said in an interview that the only reason they were actually together was just so they could get on WrestleMania because there's been so many injuries. But yeah, they're broken up now, so who knows what's going to happen with them. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching this payback predictions video. Another person that left WWE or released was Kyle Edwards. He got released as well. I don't know if these guys asked to be released or were just released, but they're gone. I thought it was kind of odd, two guys like that gone. I thought it was kind of weird. And apparently Rich Brennan, his wife, was saying that Tom Phillips is kind of the reason that Rich got released. Kind of doing some backstage or backstabbing politics shit or something to get him out of there or something. Don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, it's kind of a dick move. I don't really know what to say about that because there's not really a lot more to it that we know. Not a lot of information known about it, but yeah, tell me your thoughts on that. What you think if there's some backstage shiz going on there. But yep, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you for my review. I actually have the day off on Monday, which is really good. So I don't have to go to work and be wrecked. Because I was like the week before on Monday, I was thinking about asking for a half day, and then I was just sitting having my lunch, and I was like, I think we have a day off soon or something, like May Day or something. And I checked the calendar, and I was like, that is fucking awesome, working out perfectly. It's the day right after I payback, so that's really good. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.